Protect your health while working the night shift. Before we begin, please remember that this video is for general educational purpose only. It is not a substitute for personal medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Night shift schedule affect people differently. Their health conditions, medication, age, job demands, and commute may change what is safe for you. Speak with a qualified healthcare professional. If you have persistent sleep problem, severe fatigue, breathing problem during sleep, mood change, or concerns about your ability to walk or drive safely. When your day begins in the dark, for most people, the night is a time to slow down. The streets become quieter, lights go out, families go to bed. But for millions of workers, the night is when the work begins. At the beginning of your shift, people may say you are lucky, you can sleep all day, but anyone who has worked nights knows that daytime sleep is not the same as nighttime sleep. The phone rings, traffic moves outside, sunlight enters the room, neighbors begin their day. Your family needs you, and even when the house is quiet, your body may not fully understand why you are asking it to sleep in the morning and stay alert at 3 o'clock at night. Night work is not difficult because you are weak. It is difficult because you are working against the natural lights and dark signals that help regulate sleep and wakefulness. Shift work and long hours can reduce sleep, disturb circadian rhythms, and increase fatigue. This does not mean every night shift worker will become unhealthy. It means your routine must be designed with more care. So this video will not simply tell you to stop working nights. Instead, we will talk about how to protect your health within the life you actually have. We will discuss sleep, light, caffeine, meals, exercise, emotional health, family relationships, and the dangerous drive home after a long shift. Most importantly, we will build a realistic routine, not a perfect routine, a routine that can still work when you're tired, busy, and responsible for other people. Take a slow breath, let your shoulders drop, and remember this: working at night may be part of your life, but exhaustion does not have to become your entire identity. Why night work feels so hard? Your body has two powerful forces that influence sleep. The first is sleep pressure. The longer you remain awake, the more your body wants to sleep. The second is your internal body clock, often called the circadian rhythm. This clock is strongly influenced by light and darkness. During the day, light helps signal wakefulness. At night, darkness helps prepare the body for sleep. When you work a night shift, these two forces may work against your schedule. At midnight, you may still feel capable, but between the quietest hours of the night and early morning, Your body may strongly push towards sleep. Then your shift ends. The sun is rising. You are finally allowed to sleep. But daylight sends a new signal to your brain. The world becomes active. Your body begins moving toward daytime alertness, even though you desperately need rest. This is why a night shift worker can be exhausted at work and still have difficulty sleep after arriving home. It is not laziness. It is not poor discipline. It is a conflict between work time and biological time. The first health principle for night worker is simple. Do not trust yourself for needing sleep. Protect sleep as seriously as you protect your work schedule. Your daytime sleep must become a real appointment, not empty space, not optional time, not a period that everyone else may use. Tell the people around you, this is when I sleep. A night shift worker sleeping at 10 in the morning is not wasting the day. That person is in the middle of the night. Building a daytime sleep routine, the goal is not to force. Your sleep is look exactly like the sleep of a daytime worker. The goal is to create the best sleep opportunity your schedule allows. Start by choosing a repeatable sleep window. After arriving home, some workers sleep as soon as possible. Others need a short period to eat, shower, and calm down. Whichever pattern you choose, try to make it predictable. The body learns through repetition. If your sleep time changes dramatically every day, falling asleep may become more difficult. On work days, protect as much time in bed as you reasonably can. Official sleep guidance for shift worker recommends increasing the times available for sleep, limiting unnecessary shift changes, reducing sound and light in the bedroom, and using caffeine merely in the first part of the shift. Make the room as dark as practical. Use blackout curtains or sleep mask or another safe method to block light. Cover or remove bright electronic display. Ask family members to avoid turning on strong lights near your room. Keep the room cool and quiet if possible. A fan earplug or steady background sound may reduce sudden noises, but make sure you can still hear alarm or emergency signals that you must hear. Silence notification that are not urgent. Your phone should not become a doorway through which the entire daytime world enters your bedroom. Place a sign on the door if deliveries or visitors regularly wake you. Tell relatives not to call because you must be awake by now. You do not need to apologize for sleeping. Create a short routine before bed. It might include a light meal, a warm shower, dimmer lighting, and 5 minutes without work messages. Avoid turning your bed into an office. When possible, do not complete paperwork, watch stressful news, or argue with someone while lying in bed. Your brain should learn that entering this space means their shift is over. Be careful with encore. Some people use it to fall asleep faster after work, but feeling sleepy is not always the same as getting restorative sleep. Encore can also create safety concerns, interact with medication, and become an unhealthy coping strategy. If alcohol has become necessary for you to sleep, discuss this honestly with a healthcare professional. Persistence, difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or remaining awake during your sleep deserve medical attention. You may have a sleep disorder, a medical condition, a medication effect, or a schedule that requires professional guidance. Ask for help before exhaustion becomes a crisis. Lies. One of your strongest signals. Light is not only something that helps you see, it is also information for the body clock. Bright lights during the early part of a night sleep may help support alertness. Reducing light exposure closer to the end of the shift may make it easier for some workers to prepare for daytime sleep. NIOSH guidance specifically discusses brighter light earlier in the shift and lower light exposure later, while warning that safety comes first when a worker is very sleepy. At the beginning of your shift, spend time in a well-lit work area when possible. If your workplace is extremely dimmed, speak with your employer about safe lighting. This is especially important when your work involves machinery, medication, driving, security, or decisions that affect other people. During the second half of the shift, avoid unnecessary bright light when the work environment allows. This does not mean making the workplace unsafe. It means reducing avoidable light exposure as you approach your planned sleep period. Once home, lower the lights. Avoid standing in a brightly lit kitchen while scrolling on a bright phone for an hour. Use curtains before entering bed so you are not preparing the room while fully exposed to sunlight. When you wake, use light to tell your body that your active period is beginning. Open curtain if it is still daylight. Turn on appropriate indoor lighting if it is dark. Move around gently. Drink Drink water. Allow yourself time to become fully alert before driving or performing a dangerous task. Light therapy devices are not appropriate for everyone and timing matters. If you are considering a light box or trying to shift your body clock significantly, speak with a sleep professional or healthcare provider. More light at the wrong time is not automatically better. The goal is to use light strategically, not aggressively. Caffeine without the crash. Caffeine is one of the most common tools used by night workers. Coffee, tea, energy drinks, and caffeinated soda may have you feel more alert, but caffeine works best. It is used as a tool, not as a replacement for sleep. A common mistake is waiting until the final hours of the shift and then consuming a large amount of caffeine. You may feel more awake during the drive home, but several hours later, when you are trying to sleep, the caffeine may still be active. Then your sleep becomes shorter and lighter. You begin the next shift more tired, so you use even more caffeine. This creates a cycle. A softer strategy for many workers is to use caffeine earlier in the shift and reduce or stop it several hours before planned sleep. Caffeine can remain active for hours, and INOSH advised night workers who use it to stop several hours before the shift ends, depending on individual sensitivity. Know what you are drinking. Some energy drink contain much more caffeine than you expect. Large serving may be equal to several cups of coffee. They may also contain sugar or other stimulants. Do not combine multiple products without understanding the total amount. Caffeine also cannot reliably rescue you from severe sleep deprivation. If you're repeatedly closing your eyes, missing exit, forgetting the last few minutes, or struggling to keep your head up, you are not simply low on coffee. You are dangerously sleepy. A drink should not convince you to continue to task that is no longer safe. Use caffeine to support alertness. Do not use it to hide a level of exhaustion that requires sleep. Not thus support, not confuse your sleep. A plant nut can be useful for some night worker. The key word is plant. A nap taken before a shift may reduce some sleep pressure and imprudence. A short nap during an airport break may also help, depending on workplace policy and the types of work you perform. NIOH notes that brief naps of roughly 15 to 30 minutes can improve alertness, but workers need time after working for grogginess to clear before resuming safety-sensitive tasks. This progress is called sleep inertia. For several minutes after waking, you may feel confused, heavy, or slow. That period matters. Do not wake from a nap and immediately drive a vehicle, administer medication, operate equipment, or make a critical decision. Give yourself time to become fully alert. More gently, wash your face, drink water, review what you are about to do. A nap is not proof that your main sleep period can be shortened. It is support, not a substitute. Think of your sleep as a total purchase. Your main sleep period provides most of the recovery. A planned nap may add extra protection. If your workplace does not allow naps, use your approved breaks for safer form of recovery. Work briefly. Move into a brighter area during the earlier part of the shift. Drink water. Eat something appropriate. Speak with a co-worker. Do not secretly sleep in an unsafe location or in a way that leaves other people unprotected. Fatigue management should be part of workplace safety, not an individual secret. Eating at night without feeling worse. Night workers often face two extremes. Some eat very little because they feel nauseous or have no appetite. Others eat continuously to stay awake. Both patterns may leave you feeling worse. Large, heavy meals in the middle of the night can cause discomfort and sleepiness, but working an entire shift without enough food may reduce concentration and leave you desperate for whatever is easiest. At the end, plan your food before the shift begins. Do not depend entirely on vending machines. Convenience store or food delivery at 3 in the morning. Bring simple food that is easy to eat during short break. The exact food matter less than the structure. Eat a main meal before the shift or earlier in the night when practical. Use smaller meals or snack during the shift rather than one enormous meal near the time your body is more sleepy. NIOSH Dietary Guidance for night workers recommends keeping meal timing as close to a normal day and night pattern as practical, and reducing heavy food intake in the middle of the night. Notice which first affect you personally. A meal that works for one worker may make another person feel bloated or sleepy. Hydration matters too. Busy workers may drink very little because bathroom access is difficult. Others drink large amount of caffeinated beverage, but almost no water. Keep water available when your job permits. Drink regularly rather than waiting until you feel extremely thirsty. If a medical professional has advised you to limit fluid, follow that personalized guidance. After the shift, choose a meal that does not make it harder to sleep. You may need something light and satisfying rather than a heavy breakfast. Prepare it in advance so exhaustion does not make the decision for you. Food should support your shift. It should not become another source of guilt. Movement, pain, and physical recovery. Night shift jobs vary. You may sit for hours. You may stand on a hard floor. You may lift patients, boxes, tools, latches, or equipment. You may repeat the same motion hundreds of times. Being active at work does not always mean your body is receiving healthy, balanced movement. Repetitive physical work may strain the same muscle while leaving others weak. Long periods of sitting may create stiffness. Long periods of standing may lead to foot, knee, or back discomfort. Begin with your work setup. Can the chair, screen, or work surface be adjusted? Are you wearing appropriate footwear? Are you lifting alone when equipment or another person should be involved? Do you twist while holding weight? Are your break being skipped? Report unsafe conditions. Fatigue increases the chance of mistake, and physical strain become more dangerous when you are sleepy. During the shift, use more movement break. Roll your shoulders, open and close your hands, move your ankles. Work during an improper break. Change position. Stretch gently within a comfortable range. Do not force a painful choice. Do not use stretching to ignore an injury. After work, some people feel too stimulated to sleep and use intense exercise to exhaust themselves. Hard exercise close to bedtime may make falling asleep more difficult for some people. Consider placing more demanding exercise after waking or before the shift rather than immediately before sleep. The best time is the time you can maintain without harming sleep. Seek medical advice for persistent pain, numbness, weakness, chest discomfort, unusual shortness of breath, dizziness, or symptoms that are worsening. Do not assume pain is simply the price of employment. The body is doing difficult work at a difficult time. It deserves recovery. The most dangerous part of the shift may be the drive home. The shift is over. You have made it through the night. You want only one thing in your bed. This is moment many workers underestimate. You may feel confident because the road is familiar. You may open the window, turn up the music, chew gum, call someone, tell yourself that home is only 15 minutes away. But severe sleepiness is not defeated by loud music. You may experience micro-sleep, brief moment, when the brain enters sleep even though you appear to be awake. You may miss a traffic light, drift across a lane, forget the last section of the road, drive past your exit. NHTSA was that night an irregular shift. Workers are at increased risk for drowsy driving crashes and identifies midnight to 6 in the morning as a peak sleepiness period. Learn the warning signs: frequent yawning, heavy eyelid, difficulty keeping your head up, drifting from the lane, hitting a rumble strip, missing signs or exits, not remembering the last few meals. If these signs appear, do not negotiate with them. Get off the road in a safe place. A short nap and caffeine may temporarily improve alertness in some situations, but these are emergency countermeasures, not replacement for sleep. Plan the commute before the shift. Could you use public transportation? Share a ride. Ask someone to collect you after especially long shift. Sleep in a safe, airport location before driving. Change the timing of your commute. Speak with your employer about fatigue risk. Do not wait until you are moving at high speed to decide what to do. If you drive for work, the responsibility is even greater. Report dangerous fatigue according to workplace policy. No delivery schedule or deadline is worth a life. There is no shame in saying, I am not safe to drive. The goal is not merely to reach home. The goal is to reach home alive. Protecting your mood and relationship. Night work affects more than sleep. It changes how you participate in family life. Partners may misunderstand. Children may think you are always tired. Friends may stop inviting you because you often say no. This isolation can slowly affect your mood. Begin by explaining your schedule clearly. Do not assume people understand what night work feel like. Say when I sleep from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. That is my night time. I am not ignoring you. I am protecting the sleep I need to function. Create small point of connection. You may not be available for dinner, but perhaps you can share breakfast. You may not attend every event, but you can schedule one protected family activities on a day off. Protect at least one relationship outside work. Night shift co-worker may understand your best, but your anti-support system should not disappear when the shift ends. Stay in contact with someone who knows you as more than your job. Pay attention to mood changes, persistent sadness, hopelessness, anxiety, anger, emotional numbness, or loss of interest deserve attention. So there's using alcohol, medication, gambling, food, or constant online activity to escape how you feel. Seeking support does not mean night work has defeated you. It means you are responding before the problem becomes larger. If you are thinking about harming yourself or someone else, contact local emergency or crisis service immediately. You do not have to manage that moment alone. Rotating shift and days off. A permanent night schedule is difficult. A rotating schedule may be even more confusing because your sleep period repeatedly changes. You work nights, then evening, then days. The body begins adapting, and the schedule changes again. You may spend every day off trying to recover. There is no single schedule that works for everyone. However, consistency usually helps. When possible, ask whether your employer can reduce rapid or unpredictable changes. Avoid volunteering for unnecessary double shift when you are already sleep deprived. Keep a written calendar so you can see transition before they arrive. On day off, you must decide how much to return to a daytime schedule. Some workers remain close to their night schedule. Others return fully a daytime life. Many use a compromise schedule, keeping part of their sleep period at a similar time each day. NIOSH describes a compromise approach in which Some sleep hours remain consistent between workdays and day off. Your days off should not become a cycle of staying awake too long, sleeping at random times, and returning to work already exhausted. Reserve part of your time off for real recovery, not only errand, not only household work, not only obligation you could not complete during the week. Recovery is a responsibility too. When to ask for professional help, many night workers normalize symptoms for too long. They say everyone on nights is tired. They may be true, but not every symptom should be accepted. Speak with a healthcare professional if you regularly cannot sleep even when you have enough opportunity. Seek help if you repeatedly fall asleep unintentionally. If you snore loudly, stop breathing during sleep, wake choking, or have morning headache, mention these symptoms. Seek advice if fatigue is affecting your driving, work performance, memory, or emotional control. Discuss persistent digestive symptoms, significant weight changes, frequent headache, or worsening pain. Tell the professional that you work nights. Bring your actual schedule. Do not simply say, "My sleep is bad." Write down when you work, when you try to sleep, how long you sleep, caffeine timing naps, and symptoms. This information helps the conversation become specific. A 7-day night sleep health reset. You do not need to change everything this week. Begin with 7 practical steps. Day 1. Record your real sleep. Write down when you enter bed, when you fall asleep, when you wake, and how many times sleep is interrupted. Do not trust the result. Collect information. Day 2. Make the bedroom darker. Choose one improvement. Install a curtain. Use a sleep mask. Cover a bright display. Silence unnecessary notification. Ask the household for a quiet period. One change is enough. Day 3. Move your caffeine earlier. Notice when you consume your final caffeinated drink. Try moving it earlier so there is more time before sleep. Do not suddenly change a medically important routine without advice. Simply become aware of the timing. Day 4. Prepare food before work. Pack one main meal, one simple snack, and water. Do not leave every decision to the most exhausted version of yourself at 3 in the morning. Day 5. Create a safe commute plan. Write down what you will do if you are too sleepy to drive. Who can you call? Where can you stop safely? Is another form of transportation available? Make the decision before fatigue begins. Day 6. Protect one relationship. Share a meal. Make a call. schedule a short activity. Explain your sleep boundary to someone important. Night work should not erase every connection. Day 7. Reviews the week. Ask, when was I more sleepy? Which part of my shift felt hardest? Did caffeine affect my sleep? Which meal gave me steady energy? Was I ever unsafe while driving? What interrupted my sleep? Which change should I continue? Then choose only 2 priorities for the next week, not 10. A routine becomes sustainable through repetition, not through perfection. Working the night shift requires a kind of strength that many people never see. You work while the world is quiet. You solve problems when others are sleeping. You care for patients, protect buildings, move products, answer code, prepare food, drive road, maintain system, and keep essential service running. But being essential does not make you indestructible. You still need sleep. You still need food. You still need movement. You still need relationship. You still need safety. Do not measure your strength by how much exhaustion you can tolerate. Measure it by how serious you protect your health. The body is not failing because it wants to sleep at night. The body is responding exactly as a human body was designed to respond. So work with it whenever you can. Protect your sleep window. Use light thoughtfully. Move caffeine earlier. Plan your meals. Take safe breaks. Respect warning signs. And never treat drowsy driving as a normal part of the job. Tonight, choose one more action. Pack water. Darken your room. Tell your family when you need quiet. And move your final coffee earlier. Plan a safe ride home. Schedule an appointment. One small change may not transform your life overnight, but it can make the time shift safer. And then the next one, remember your job matter. The body who depend on you matter, but your health matter too. If you found this helpful, please like and follow for more.